Ayo! Ayo! Can anyone hear me? I am one of the only Teletubbies that is intelligent. Not the only one. And, I'll explain what happened, and, hopefully, it would be lovely if someone were to send someone to save me. The rest of the Teletubbies, that were not infected, if you can, if that's what you call it, they had escaped on ship, and on several ships, and I'm all alone now, in a shelter, above ground shelter, for some reason. It turns out, at least where I'm at, they didn't have time to build underground shelters, not like they could foresee something like this, so they just, I assume this is a base or something. It's above ground. It has metal everywhere. Iron. Glass. So I'm here right now. I'll explain, some things. So first off, ever since the government of Great Britain made it, a document, a deal, a treaty, if you will, with, the nation of Tubbyland, the kingdom, or I'm not quite sure. I think 𝐭𝐴 was the king or something. And, what happened is they made a deal that they'll start recording, 4 of the most prominent, members there that like to be, like to keep themselves, or not so much as keep themselves, as isolate them from the rest of the Teletubbies in Tubbyland. And it was, 𝐭𝐴, Dipsy, Lala, and what was that other one? It could be a long, complicated name with a ton of letters. Oh yes, it was Poe. Very complicated. And what I had discovered, reading some documents, is the Americans wanted the Teletubbies, in this case, the ones who weren't in Tubbyland, to come over and to be recorded. You know, it's like a flock of them. Waves of them, if you would. Hordes, if you would. At least, relevant to, what's happening right now. And, frankly, I don't know what happened, but when the Americans wanted them to come along, they went to America and took me along with them, because they're interested at first with me. Let's not get to that in a moment. Eventually, something happened. Something busted. I don't know what happened, but something happened. They started to, bust out the glass, and, they started to escape in hordes. There was, either thousands or millions, I don't remember. They put them on some island, and then they escaped. And since it was right next to mainland, they managed to get to the mainland, and, they started going to different directions. And so, yeah, so, now, I wasn't infected yet. You know, I wasn't on the set. I guess there was some massive set on the island. I wasn't there, because eventually, you know, they realized it wouldn't be useful because I don't sound like a toddler, or at least I don't talk like one. You know, because I told them what about 𝐭𝐴, you know, he sounds like an adult, at least in the early episodes. I haven't really watched the show of my own species in years. But, I just remember the first ones, the first episodes. And I remember him being an adult, sounding like an adult. So, I was explaining that 𝐭𝐴, he at least talked like a toddler. And they asked me to talk like a toddler to prove that I can work for them. That I can appear, I can be famous. And so I did. I failed it miserably, and they kicked me out. Literally. So now, after they literally kicked me out of the building, onto the streets, I left the island, left the set, and then that's when the outbreak happened. I guess it's an outbreak. And, that's odd. It appears, at least the bullet, at least the glass is bulletproof, because it appears crazy. Regardless, they're trying to get in right now, and I don't know what would happen. Anyway, let me explain, about what they are. From what I can tell, there's some documents, but they're all jumbled up, so there are some broadcasts, and the broadcasts had, from some soldiers of the current government, and this territory called the GC. I don't know what that means. I assume it's an acronym, unless they're literally called 𝐭𝐸↑. That would be weird. 𝐭𝐸↑. Regardless, they refer to them as zombie tubbies, which is pretty fitting, I dare say. So, right now, I'm hiding in a shelter trying to survive against the zombie tubbies, and they're trying to break in. So, if anyone can send any help, please, rescue Logan.